Welcome back to Forever Afraid of the Dark, where I'm on a mission to review every single episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark. Sorry that it's been a little while, but I'm back now, so let's go ahead and get right into it with episode 3, The Tale of the Lonely Ghost. The episode begins with Kristen walking in the woods towards the Midnight Society's camp, when she is suddenly spooked by David, who reminds you this show is definitely filmed in Canada.
I'm sorry.
He also gives Kristen a birthday present. At camp, Frank is trying to waterboard Eric, and it's David's turn to tell a story. So he begins. Amanda has to spend the entire summer at her Aunt Dottie's house, and she isn't too psyched about it. Her parents had to go out of town because...
Her mom and dad were some kind of scientists.
It doesn't help matters much that her and her cousin Beth don't really get along. While heading up to the house, Amanda thinks she hears something coming from next door, but Aunt Dottie assures her that no one lives there, and she's having a hard time getting anybody to even think about buying the place. Judging by her reaction, I think Dottie knows more than she's letting on. Finally into the house and up to Beth's room, where Amanda would be staying all summer. I don't think I like Beth very much. She's that typical mean 90s girl. I remember them, and I think we all do. Anyway, Amanda wants to hang out with Beth and her friends, but she's gonna have to follow some rules and take part in an initiation.
Then there's the most important thing.
What's that?
The initiation.
Initiation?
Oh yeah. Anyone who hangs with us has to spend a night alone in the place next door. It's haunted.
Amanda's gonna have to spend the night in the house next door, which Beth finally reveals is haunted. Late at night, Amanda meets Nanny, and Beth doesn't seem to like her too much. After a bit of venting from Beth, she tells Amanda of a pool party, but if Amanda wants to come, she has to pass the initiation. Tomorrow night.
Which reminds me, there's a pool party at Sally's on Saturday. I suppose you want to come.
Sure.
Don't get too excited. You can't come unless you go through the initiation.
The night in the haunted house?
You got it. Tomorrow night. Pleasant dreams.
The next day, Amanda has a nice little run-in with Nanny, and Beth continues to rant about her. Hey Beth, have anything to say to Amanda?
Don't touch my stuff.
Okay then. Flash forward and it's time for Amanda's initiation. Beth drops some exposition, but Amanda isn't scared, and so she says. And she heads into the house. Haunted or not, this is a pretty sick house. I'd live there. After a bit of freaking herself out, Amanda sees some worrying phrases being written on the wall. Hey, that's not very nice. She only wants some help. Amanda runs away back home. The next day after telling Aunt Dottie what happened, the girls are in for a bit of cleaning. Dottie is none too happy about what the girls did last night. Aunt Dottie is not buying the ghost story, and Beth isn't buying it either.
Well, if you think that I'm gonna clean up a mess that you made, now what?
That is until Beth notices something in the mirror. Oh, the old swaparoo, eh? Don't worry, Amanda. She only wants to give you a locket. Who's that? Is that Nanny? Oh, it is. And Nanny's her mother. Amanda agrees to help the ghost and runs back to the house to get Nanny, as Beth has a conniption fit in the mirror. I would just leave her there. Serves her right. Amanda looks everywhere for Nanny and finds her about to jump into a cab to leave. She doesn't feel wanted anymore. Nanny doesn't want to go back to the house, but Amanda convinces her when she shows her the locket. Nanny and her daughter are reunited at last, and they both walk into the mirror to be together again. Amanda realizes that Beth is just in the closet and not in the mirror, so she has a bit of fun before letting her out.
Please, Amanda, help me!
Are you gonna stop bossing me around?
Yes!
Are you gonna stop bossing your friends around?
Yes!
Aw. Okay, I'll let you out.
Back at the Midnight Society, Kristen opens her gift, a locket. Good for you, David. And that's it. Now for my review and star rating. This is a pretty solid episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark, but I wouldn't put it up there in the pantheon of absolute classic, like some that we'll get to later in the series. I do still like this episode, though. So with that in mind, I'm going to give The Tale of the Lonely Ghost 3.5 super 90s haircuts out of 5. On the next episode, I'll be covering episode 4, The Tale of the Twisted Claw. Until then, stay afraid.